I have no idea what's in store here. I don't even know if it's a good playthrough game, but we're gonna try it out. Looked like it was cool. Loved Bastion. Transistor was a cool game. See how this goes. Alright, campaign. Join your fellow exiles in their quest for freedom. There's no game over in the campaign. Your choices and outcomes are part of your story. See how it goes. Standard difficulty, I think. I'll put subtitles on for now. Your days in the downside brought slow, lonesome agony. Now as you lie yielding to the elements, something rumbles into view. 3 shapes emerge, each clad in strange attire. I'm expecting cool music too, because the guys who make Bastion and Transistor, they did an awesome job. Downside, a vast purgatory into which the Commonwealth casts its convicts and its enemies. None have been known to return from the Forsaken Land. Masked woman. Another piece of filth expelled from the Commonwealth. A proud country risen from the ashes of a fallen empire, home to a multitude of ethnic groups. Founded on principles of mercy and kinship, whose exact meanings evolved through many centuries. Masked something. See? Right on schedule. What'd I tell you? You told us we would find someone alive. Someday. I said we'd find someone alive someday. Just not today, I guess, but don't be glum. You know I see you frowning underneath that mask. Masked man. Looks like she's breathing. The masked wanderers presume you are female. Interact to change this. Well, if that's canon, we'll stick with it. Actually, no, that's weird. I want it to be like kind of like me, so there we go, he. Seems he still is. Then stand aside, I shall send him to a better place. He's a he? Can you people just tell? Hang on, the markings on his rags. I think he's one of them. But look at him. He's beyond our help, and we're beyond his. One sec, guys. One sec. But look at him. He's beyond our help and we're beyond his. Broken, shaking, starving, probably diseased. Yeah, good luck with that there, chum. See you back at the wagon. Indeed, the day grows dim. You have at best an hour. Understood. I won't be long. After the others leave, the man turns towards you and begins unfastening his mask. Hello, my friend. Don't care who you are or what you did, none of that matters anymore. All of us, we're equal nothings here. You are parched and he gives you drink. You ache and he binds your wounds. You hunger and he gives you food. Little by little, it helps. There. Turns out you're tougher than you look. Name's Hedwyn. Now, come on. Hedwyn, he's one of the 3 masked wanderers who found you clinging to life in the downside. You sense no ill intent as he helps you up and leads you to an old black wagon. Nothing like the stately vessels that paraded Commonwealth criminals through alabaster streets. Hedwyn beckons you to enter the black wagon. The weather-beaten wagon is as much a mess inside as out. You see the masked woman and the talkative creature taking stock of ancient-looking books. I'm back. And with a guest. She loosens the clasp on her mask. You may call me Jodariel. Those horns are pretty cool. She's the most imposing of the 3 masked wanderers who found you clinging to life. And as for myself, the small one struggles with his mask. Jodariel soon assists him. Ow! That is to say, you may regard me by the name of Rookie Greentail. He's the smallest yet loudest of the 3 masked wanderers who found you clinging to life. Such pleasantries out of the way, the horned woman then motions to the others. She glances at you sidelong as she speaks. Can he do it? Hope so. I haven't asked him yet. What? Then what are we waiting for? Hey, a chum. Nice meeting you and all, but tell me something. You know how to read or what? I do. Over time, you managed to learn something of the old ways in spite of Commonwealth decree. Literacy is a serious crime. No one in his right mind would dare violate the law of the land. Who you are or what you did to earn your sentence is no one's business but your own. Well, they helped me. You confirm their suspicions. There is no use trying to hide it now. Well then, glory days. Because it just so happens my associates and I, we got ourselves some nice material here for someone just like you. Reader, you still live thanks to us. We ask for something modest in exchange. Open one of those books back there and tell us what it says.
Cogitenta.
Sorry to put you on the spot like this, my friend. The exiles indicate the books in their possession. Have a look. Strange book. One of several such heavy, ominous volumes. The exiles you met seem very interested in them. Odd creatures, hungry-looking creatures roost near some sort of attic. There's nothing you can do for them now. Closed door. The Black Wagon's common room must be back there, though you do not feel very welcome now. Rickety ladder. It likely leads to the wagon's centrifuge, judging by the gibbering creatures up there. Intricate sigil. A symbol of some sort is set in the wagon's floorboards. You cannot sense its purpose. Lone minstrel. A figure sits very still in a corner of the wagon. Now is not the time to check on him. Old raiments? Colorful robes and ceremonial masks adorn one of the wagon's walls. Side door. Beyond lies the boundless downside. Even if you could run, you would not get far. You pick up one of the old and heavy volumes, bound in materials you do not recognize. Forward. A formal welcome undersigned by the 8 scribes. You, dear reader, are an exile of the downside, such as we, the 8 who wrote the Book of Rites. That you possess it and have capacity to glean its words is testament enough to your potential. Thus we reveal a path from this forsaken place to freedom, a homecoming and glory. The stars themselves shall be your guide. Ere the turning of the year's first solstice, seek the nearest longitude beneath the brightest of 8 as they align as shown. Arrive as a triumvirate clad in the raiments of the rites, bearing this book. Oblige the voice that tells you more. Interact or press T for a clearer look at this text. Oh, I read it the hard way. The book describes a complicated method through which exiles can return to the Commonwealth. The words swim through your mind as Hedwyn gets your attention. Well, friend, what does it say? But then your vision starts to fade and blur. You feel your body weaken and give out.
Reader, dare you tamper with forbidden knowledge? So soon after your sentence into exile. 'Tis true what the book says. You can be free again. Perhaps not you yourself, but someone worthy of the privilege. You witness now the path toward salvation. You witness the rites, the one way to return to glory. Though in your case, I hardly think it possible. Yet, by the grace of the scribes, it is my duty to inform you anyhow.
It worked. So it is true. Yeah, but what now? And where'd the reader go? He should be out there still. For now we have to put our faith in him. He could abandon us. He won't. You look upon the 3 of them from beyond as Hedwyn then calls out to you. Reader, we aim to free ourselves. We will not grow old and die in the downside. And now I swear to you, when we get out of here, you're going to come with us. But first, we need your help. Show us the way. Freedom. You focus all your mental faculties to do as Hedwyn asked.
A celestial orb falls from the heavens when the time is nigh. Exiles conduct the rites as a triumvirate, for they must prove their trust in one another, not just in themselves.
Space to pass. Hold space to pass to Rookie. Oh, so can I aim like that?
The three must act as one.
Only one exile can move at a time. Oh, jeez. Your exile's abilities are shown here. Okay, so this guy can run.
Now plunge into the pyre with the orb and be purified. Yes, the exile Rookie has the way of it. Whoever steps into the flame is banished for a time. His or her cohorts must make do on their own. Oh, but it is not so simple. In the rites, you shall face adversaries whose own freedom is at stake. Beware the aura that surrounds them, as they shall beware yours. The aura is your wrongdoing. Accept it as a part of you. Cast your aura like a stone. Correctly done.
Huh.
Again. Just so. A glorious performance, I admit. More than I expected from the likes of you. Grasp the orb once more. The orb absorbs the aura, then the orb quenches the flame. Now I say jump. Leap with all your strength. Thus sails the orb into the waiting flame.
So I can jump over auras too.
Now snuff out the adversary's pyre, whilst yours yet burns. The orb engulfed in fire. Oh, oh, oh. Unfortunate for the Beyonders. Jodariel doused the adversary's flames. Stand not in glory's path. That was the last of them.
Okay.
Right is
We're playing some
complete.
basketball.
There, dear reader. Now you understand. Or do you? This was but a glimpse of that which lies ahead. I would tell you to turn back, cast down your hope. But all those such as you never listen.
The others are still picking themselves up as you waken. Well, that was something.
Mine not us.
That was our way out. So now we follow the stars, or what? Supposedly. Reader, come, let us regard the night. Jadario leads you outside where a clear night sky awaits. Now, show us, before the Howlers catch our scent, where shall the rites commence? An ancient ritual competition through which the worthiest exiles regain their freedom. The 8 scribes gave their freedom so that we may yet have ours. Seek out your destination. Well, it said the brightest star, so... Didn't it say to seek out the brightest one? So that's what we'll do. Hmm. 200 leagues due east, the ridge of Gaul. According to the stars, the next rite shall soon commence here. The fossil remains of the serpent titan slain by Gaul Galathian, or Galathanian, yet loom over those living in its shadow. Great. And we're supposed to be there when exactly? Very soon, according to the stars. You should be able to arrive in time if you make haste.
Indaratarios.
We'd best get started. Well, this ought to be good for a few laughs at least. What do you say, Jody? Jadariel turns to you, studying you. Reader, do not deceive us. Pray we make good use of our remaining time. What she means is, glad to have you aboard, chum.
Quereamios.
We're counting on you, my friend. See you inside. Freedom. The rites are the key. It is a lot to take in. Your fellow exiles await you in the wagon. Got an achievement called the Reader. Begin your quest for freedom. You arrive in Downside Prairie, one of the Downside's only verdant regions. It only gets less hospitable as you press further north. Where the road ahead is forked, there's a lack of consensus about which way to proceed. I'm telling you, we ought to take the northern pass. Got an associate holed up in Hollowroot I've got to pay a visit to besides. Hollowroot. The northern route to the Ridge of Gold goes through a small exile encampment. Every so often, tempests come and scour away the huts and hovels, but they always crop back up. Fie on your associate. Best we head to Blooming Pool and avoid attention. Blooming Pool, the southern route to the Ridgegall goes through a humid area pocked with hot springs. Runoff from the sandfolds means no bathing in the springs, so they're just there to mock you. And get stuck in a bog while we're at it. The dispute continues as Headwind listens for a while.
Loriomatas?
What if the reader settled this? He marks the way. We get us there. Okay, 1 second here. That item I was talking about yesterday is going to sell, so I gotta get that set up. Okay. Okay, I was just invoicing this guy. What if the reader settled this? He marks the way, we get us there. Oh, let me, there we go. If these rites are meant to test our faith, then we'd best learn to trust the reader's instincts on our path. No second guessing him along the way. Can we all live with that for now? Yeah, sure. If necessary. Then it's settled. Just point the way, my friend. The stars guide us through you. You may now choose a route towards your goal at certain junctures. Weigh the options. The northern route to the Ridgegall goes through a small exile encampment, or we do Blooming Pool. The southern route to the Ridgegall goes through a humid area pocked with hot springs. We can find rare flora, or we can find someone who owes Rookie. I don't know. I'm leaning towards it's just an encampment though, because you can get supplies and stuff there. As you pass through the squalid little area, you hear boisterous voices coming from what looks to be a public house. Rookie stumbles forth from it. Rookie Greentail, he's an opportunistic and well-connected cur still clinging to his once comfortable lifestyle, holding something in his paws. Oh, hey chum, just wrapping up a real important exchange back there. Hang on to this for me, will you? We'll have to drop it off if we head further north. You receive a plain parcel. You cannot tell what is inside. Trade item, value 30. This can be sold at the slug market. Certain types of luxury goods somehow find their way down to the downside. Journey onward. Okay, we're at our first right. The black wagon grinds to a stop at the base of the Ridge of Gull. The others ask you to assist with making preparations for nightfall and the commencement of the rite. Commence the rite. Page revealed, the first exile. You reach the celestial landmark, now to get everything and everyone prepared. Interact to begin your first true trial. And the black wagon, your roving makeshift home in the downside. Interact or press C anywhere to check inside. Let's go inside. Greentail family portrait, a reasonable likeness of a younger Rookie with his mother and uncle. Rookie has something on his mind. Jody's throw rug, fashioned from a howler's insides. Or hide. Sends their ilk a clear message. Jadoriel says not to step on it. Hedwyn's cooking tins. What passes for cooking supplies in the downside, Hedwyn does most of the cooking. Common room, interactive view roster. In the common room, you may review various notes and observations about your fellow exiles and their respective paths towards enlightenment and the rites. Whoa. Edwin, the free spirit, nomad. Common folk cast from the Commonwealth and stripped of name, home, and title. They came from all directions towards the Commonwealth, where at last they settled. Some of them. So we've got Glory. This attribute affects damage dealt to a Pyre. Quickness, movement speed. Hope. Affects the duration of banishment. Presence. This affects aura size. One's inner and outer strength combined. One's capacity to see the light in things. One's swiftness of body and reflex. One's worth in the eyes of the 8 scribes. Hedwyn's bio. The free spirit. He wanders the downside in search of a way to regain his freedom and return to his home. Cast. Throws his aura in a straight line. Jump. High jumps to evade adversaries' auras. Sprint. Runs much faster for a short period of time. Race. Nomad past Outrider. They ensured the high wing remnants never flew far from their mountain nests. Those who served on a blood border were taught to always watch the skies. Astral sign unknown. One's astral sign often foretells of one's disposition, strengths, and idiosyncrasies. Crime. You do not yet know why Hedwyn was exiled. As mercy guides our hand, we spare your lives, but rid ourselves of you from the sentencing ceremony. Motive. You do not yet know what motivated Hedwyn to do whatever he did to earn his sentence. In the downside, one's past tends not to be a subject for discussion. Years exiled, you do not yet know for how long a Hedwyn has been living in exile. Some withstand the downside for no longer than a day or two, while others last for many, many years. Okay, they sold. Let me go ahead and mark them as sold. Alright, made some money. Let's get back to the game. Nightwing cargo, interact or press I to show your inventory. Plain parcel. Sol, or Soul. Old coins you can trade at the slug market. Most of the Fallen Empire's currency was destroyed, though some still circulates in black markets. Edwin's masteries. Observations. He is the one who nursed you back from the brink after finding you in the downside. His genial manner suggests that life in exile has not yet broken his spirit. He wears a bronze clasp identical to that of Jodariel, suggesting the two of them may have met before their exile. He has not yet revealed what he did to earn his sentence. Jodariel. So she's slow, but she does a lot of damage to the Pyre. She's a grim, longtime resident of the downside, grown accustomed to surviving there. She can throw her aura in a slow, thick line. She can jump and she can rush, lunges forward in one swift motion. Race Demon. People who survived in exile long enough to be transformed by it in body if not in spirit. All are welcome here save demons such as you, from the sentencing of Chief Physician Orlek. Past veteran. Everyone served on the Commonwealth's blood border. Those who excelled remained. Clashes with the Highwing remnants were frequent, though the greatest wars had passed. She seems to be responsible for the Blackwacken security. Her features suggest she has lived in exile for much longer than the others. Her grim outlook and the fact that she still wears the bronze clasp of the Commonwealth blood border suggest a military background, though what she did to earn her sentence you do not yet know. Rookie, the fast talker. Very quick, comes back quickly, doesn't do a whole lot of prior damage, and he has a tiny aura. He's an opportunistic and well-connected cur still clinging to his once comfortable lifestyle. So he can throw his aura in a long, thin line. He can jump, and he can sprint. Race cur. Swift dog-like creatures known for their loyalty, optimism, and appreciation for the simple things. The Alpha Chiefs would later say their kind went soft no sooner than they joined the Commonwealth. Past trafficker. Dealing with contraband for long enough can lead to making many strange acquaintances. What remains now of the Fallen Empire's old and tarnished currency is still of value to some. He seems to be the most well-connected of the masked wanderers who found you and knows something of the land. He has a rather opportunistic disposition. Hey Jack Blaze, what's up? And his ostentatious clothing suggests a lucrative background in the mercantile business. Even still, you do not yet know for sure what he did to earn his sentence. Oh, hold on, I'm getting a call from my girlfriend. One sec. Hey, what's up, Austin? Yeah, sorry I didn't say hi there. I was on the phone. And now I need to figure out what I want from In and Out. One sec. I've got a lot going on right now. Obviously a burger, but I don't know like how they come. Oh, looks good to me. If I just get like straight up double with some fries. Yeah, easy choice, easy. All right, yeah. That's gonna be good. And then some of my headphones sold, so I'm getting that sorted out right now. I sold off a couple pairs because I have too many. I decided to keep like 2 pairs. One is backup and then one just that I use all the time. And I had 4 before. So I sold a couple. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, I decided that one didn't sound quite the way I prefer. You remember how I said that I like boosted the bass and the treble on those other ones? Basically, I got some new ones that they already have boosted bass and treble in like a little bit, which is called like a V-shaped sound, and that's what I like. So I found out what I liked, and that's what I'm wearing now. That's what I'm happy with. Yeah, so they're better for like games because you can hear all the like it's got all the deep rumble, but then you hear like the high pitched noises like footsteps and stuff pretty easily. It's nice. And they're built like a tank. Yeah, it's a little bit hard to explain. They have boosted like high notes and boosted bass a little bit, but not much. Like just enough to so you can hear the difference. And then the mid range is a little bit sucked out, which is like voices and stuff. So they're a little bit quieter compared to those things. Okay. I think we're good. We just read all the bios. Yeah, that might be it, like boosted bass and treble. That's what I had before, yeah. I had those EQ'd up a little bit. The problem with EQ is when you do that, it's if you boost things, it's trying to add something that already isn't there with the headphones, and so it's not as natural sounding. Yeah, exactly. That's what I do. Yeah. That's what these headphones are. These headphones are like tuned that way from the get-go. Yeah, that's what it is. And I like that a lot. It's a really good sound signature. Most of the other headphones that I had were the ones that had like, they had some more bass and a little bit more mid-range, but they were lacking in like the higher frequencies. So they weren't quite as good for gaming, I would say. Yeah, exactly. It is a nice clean sound. You feel like you can hear everything, you know? That's what I like. Every note from high to low. Drive amp. Creatures such as this must have been bred to push the black wagon along. Oh, whoops, let me put the game up. There we go. So yeah, we just started Pyre tonight. So it's kind of, this is the gameplay. It's kind of like a live action like basketball, I guess, sorta. Like there's something called a Pyre, like on each side of the field, and each team has 3 players, and you try and dunk like the orb that's in the middle of the map into the opponent's Pyre a certain number of times, basically. You'll see it in a minute. And I haven't done my first... I did like the training tutorial fight, but I haven't done the first real one, so we'll see how it goes. Book of Rites. Yeah, it's kind of cool. And it looks like it'll be pretty fast-paced, you'll see. The First Exile, in the words of Golgolathanian, the Master General. You know perhaps the thrice-cursed name of Solium Mur, the Emperor of Sar, the First Exile, and my liege. This chapter concerns him and those who found him in the downside. Each of us was sent to take his life, such was the hatred for him in and around his country. Yet we found in Solium Mur a man transformed in body, mind, and spirit, a man deserving of much more than mercy. In time he named us all his scribes, and he became the 8th. It is my greatest honor now to share with you his deeds. To know his story is to know the rights. Okay. You observe the ladder leading to the locked enclosure above the cabin. The wagon centrifuge must be up there. Its drive imps stare down at you with big wet eyes. Rookie has something on his mind. Hey, chum. Appreciate you taking us up through Hollowroot back there. About that, are you certain that parcel will fetch us an adequate price at the slug market? The slug market. Crude trading post found in the downside. Commonwealth contraband sometimes find its way to the downside where it is traded and sold. Surely we could have procured some sort of rare fungus had we gone the other way. Much as I love the idea of procuring rare fungus there, Jody, we said we wouldn't go around second-guessing our good chum's decisions, right? Yeah, the horns are badass. She sounds cool, too. She's just badass overall. She's like the big tank of the group. Jadario says nothing in response, but soon changes the subject. Night falls soon. Come along, Greentail, we have much left to prepare. The two of them soon go about rummaging through the raiments and the books strewn about the wagon, leaving you to your own devices. This game should have cool music, too. I'm expecting some. So far, this music's decent enough. Alright, let's leave. How do I exit? Commence the rite. You reach the celestial landmark, now to get everything and everyone prepared. Interact to begin your first true trial. As darkness falls, your fellow exiles stand together, clad in the raiments of the rites. The preparations are set. However, everything is still in calm. Soon, they grow restless. Keep telling you there's nothing here. What a bunch of idiots we are. If we traveled all this way for nothing. I don't think we did. Look up. The goal of each rite is to extinguish the adversary's pyre using the celestial orb that falls from the sky. There you go.
The stars align at last. You reach the Ridge of Goal at the appointed time, and your triumvirate is ready. Your adversaries in the rites this eve shall be the accusers. Whose ever pyre yet burns once the other is extinguished shall step closer to freedom. Now let the rites commence.
These are little quick guys. I'm gonna use Ruki at first. He's fast. The stars are aligned and your pyre burns bright. Across from your companions appear several others clad in raiments, your adversaries in the rites. Everyone ready? Let's hope so. Be still, we have a visitor. The one whom she refers to steps forward. At last, the Nightwings grace us with their presence. The Nightwings, the name of a triumvirate in blue. It seems your fellow exiles have assumed their identity. I see that the reports of your demise have been exaggerated after all. Even I was beginning to think you were gone for good. Nobody moves, save for the man robed in gold, who unfastens his mask. Lendl. Surprised to see old Lendl again? Lendl. He is the apparent leader of the exile triumvirate you encountered at the Ridge of Gaul. I trust you remember my face, though you must have assumed never to see it again after last time. Never had I come so close to freedom, only for you to dash my hopes. Now, I and the accusers shall repay that affront. The accusers, an exile triumvirate clad in gold. Their leader harbors ill will for something he thinks you did. He shoves his mask back on and takes position with his comrades. Okay, I'm probably gonna suck. We'll see how it goes though. We'll get better. In this game, losing is okay. Apparently that doesn't give you a game over or anything. It might just set you back a step or something. It is time. From the shadows you clutch the Book of Rites and focus on the task at hand.
Begin.
No way. Here we go.
Gracious.
Oh crap. So the goal is to like avoid their auras. Otherwise you get knocked out like that. And you can like jump and sprint and stuff. Maybe I should like move it up the field like this.
Have the accusers underestimated you?
And then once you score with one character, that character's gone for a little while. Oh, I'm about to throw the ball. Whoops. Juked!
Remember everything which you hold dear.
No, I shall not accept defeat from you again. Hear me, accusers. Stand your ground. Let your auras boil in rage.
It seems that you have flustered the accusers.
Uh-oh. We've rattled them. They mean to draw us out. Then we'll just have to run more circles around them.
Have you any idea what that Lendl did to deserve his exile?
Hold right click to fling the orb into the pyre.
Shall it be a daring display? Flinging the orb into the flames like that. You elude banishment using such tricks. Now, toward their flames. With grace.
Only one character can move at a time, so we can take advantage of that. Oh, he got me. We got big boy.
The fire of resolve. No more than a lick of flame remains. And it is done. You have prevailed.
Easy.
Rejoice then in your single fleeting victory.
I got an achievement called Untouched Flame. Prevail in a right without your pyre taking damage. Your deceit may have earned you a hollow victory, but know this. The accusers will not forget your wickedness, and when next we meet, you will rue the day. So yeah, that was like the first real one, but it was obviously made to be easier. Hold on, I'm sending Elena some money for the food. All right.
Bask now in the wisdom of the scribes. The exiled Jodariel has gained enlightenment. Only
We have
the
withstood.
enlightened can regain their freedom.
We have withstood worse nights than this, though few is strange. Choose a mastery. Sins of the Fallen Emperor. Rites masteries enhancing a demon's strength and physical prowess. As he fell into the downside, Solium Mur understood at last the consequences of his hedonistic reign. Or Boons of the First Exile. Rites masteries enhancing a demon's spirit and sheer force of will. So that'll probably be like aura stuff. After banishing an adversary, Jadariel instantly recovers all her stamina. Okay. Solium Mur relinquished comfort, lineage, and title, yet still cling to life. Or, after using her rush to lunge forward, Jadariel can rush again right away. Well, that's pretty nice. That seems more my style, too. Mur's more ambitious predecessors subsumed one culture after another in the name of their empire.
The demon scribe bestows his favor.
So this guy hasn't leveled up yet. I guess neither did Hedwig. After the rites, the accusers disappear into the darkness. As you return to the wagon in the still night sky, you see a single star burns brighter than the rest, beckoning you onward.
Smadonashe.
Well, my friends, what can I say? The rites are real, and we're in. The Getting Out of Here Club. Next up on the agenda, keep chasing stars until we're free. Until we are free. Until we're free. Here, here. Sounds fine. Might as well be us instead of Lendl back there. Anyway, guess we better start packing. As the others go about their business, Hedwyn turns to you. Reader, come walk with me while the stars are still out. You and Hedwyn walk in silence for a time before he speaks up. You have questions. Come, ask away. We need you in on this for the long haul. Why were you exiled? Everyone has their reasons. At this point, you would like to know his. You ask Hedwyn what he did to get sentenced to living in the downside. He maintains eye contacts and his smile. Good question, my friend. We're going to have a lot of time to discuss that and many other things. Make you a deal. Read the stars for us again and I'll tell you all about it on the way. You sense he speaks truly as he beckons towards the fading dark above. You gaze at the stars. Seek out your destination. Alright, we gotta go to the glowing one, so... Jomur the Dusk Star. The Dusk Star burns bright over an ancient spring in Jomur Valley. That's a long way north and west. We'll see if this old wagon's fit for it. Then he turns to the others. How's it going, Rookie? Imps fed, wheels clean. Status, Jody? No sign of howlers, everything's secure. Good. Then get some rest. We're headed to the Spring of Jomur. At dawn, we're off. The Alpha Chief hoped bathing here would cure his ailments, but it only made him itch. Alright, we can talk to people. You find Rookie rummaging in the corner of the black wagon. Hey, chum. Know what? It's good having somebody else around besides those two. So, come to think of it, there's something I wanted to get your take on, and you have to promise to tell me honestly. Would you say... What I mean is, He hesitates, trying to find the words. Ugh, look, what I'm trying to say is, You sense something serious is troubling him. He moves in very close, making sure no one else is in earshot. It's about my mustache. I've been getting some conflicting reports about it. Would you say my mustache, that it makes me look a bit, unscrupulous? Ruki wishes to know if you think his mustache suits him. Something about it makes him appear less trustworthy and perhaps less youthful too. Say it looks perfectly fine. It's very handsome, and if anything, it gives him a distinguished sort of look. I don't know. I don't think it makes him look less trustworthy. Yeah, I think it's handsome, Ruki. I like your mustache. You suggest that Ruki's mustache looks perfectly fine. He grins wide at you. Couldn't agree more, chum. I knew straight away that you're a real judge of character. Anyway, gotta check the wheels again for mites. See you around. Bounds off out of the wagon. Ruki gained +1 hope. Nice. Do I have page 3 yet? Nope. Okay, that's the common room. Ladder. What is this guy? You observe the man slumped in the corner of the wagon, bearing some sort of stringed instrument. You sense he lives, but nothing more. It seems inopportune to ask him about now. Alright, I guess we continue. Jomer Valley. You've not yet been to this region of the downside. Ruki knows this mountain pass through to an arid region further north. Climate here in Jomer Valley is hot and uncomfortable. On top of that, exiled curs roam this sand-swept fossil wasteland. Among the 8 scribes, the Alpha Chief Jomer or Many Mane took a special liking to this region. We've got to stow away. Home? We can go home? She must have latched onto the undercarriage as you crossed the ridge. Her manner is odd, though you sense she means no harm. Creepy looking. She must have overheard some of your fellow exiles' conversations. You need but say the word, Hedwyn. He wanders the downside in search of a way to regain his freedom and return to his home. So whenever these are blinking, there's something new there, so I gotta be sure to hover over those. Oh, come on, you can't be serious, Jody. She's a grim, long-time resident of the downside, grown accustomed to surviving there. She's just some kid who managed to climb aboard our wagon undetected, but still. Do it, Jody. Jadariel approaches the girl and looms over her. Listen to me, girl. We cannot guarantee that we shall get you home, or any one of us. But, at present we have room for you and adequate provisions. You may accompany us for this time. Jadariel leaves without awaiting a response, presumably to make room in the wagon for your new guest. The stowaway is overjoyed at this. Really? You're so kind. You're so kind. Or, you are most kind to someone you just met, like me. May the 8 scribes smile upon you all. Yeah, dude, my throat hurts. Some rever them as gods, believing they bound themselves to exile so that others could live free. Centuries of oral tradition have shaped the history of the 8 scribes into myth and legend. She claps her hands, bursts into laughter, and performs some sort of dance. Ruki stares at all of this and leans in close to Hedwyn. Hey, so what gives? First the reader, now we're taking her along? What are we gonna take in? Oh wait, no, what? We gonna take in every mite-bitten drive imp we find now too? Easy, Ruki. I think he'd want for us to bring this one along. Who, Sandalwood? Is that me? Oh, the apparent name of some mysterious informant of Hedwyn, Jadariel, and Ruki. I thought you said he asked we find someone to fit in every type of mask. Near as I can tell, yours would fit her just fine. He asked that we use our best judgment. Besides, we send her away, she'll go telling anyone she finds about us. We can't risk that right now. So, can I come in? It's very hot, and I'm a little thirsty and a little tired too.
Very grazie, Tam.
Yes, you're welcome here with us. One question though, what do we call you? Well, this is embarrassing, I think, but I don't know for sure. It's just back home they called me lots of names, like for the color of my hair. They made fun of you just because you got gray hair? That's it. My name, it rhymes with gray. My name, it. Oh, it's just... They called me lots of names. You sense the girl is struggling to recollect a certain name she felt best suited her. You think that you can help the stowaway girl make peace with her name. It has to end in AE. I like Faye, that's a good name. She kind of looks like a fairy or something. You suggest that the stowaway girl's name is Faye. Why, that's it. My name is Faye. My name is Faye. Where I am from, they called me Faye the Fair. Faye, she is a young vagabond girl with an odd manner and an unshakable sense of curiosity. But I guess maybe you don't have to say that part because I didn't really like it. Your fellow exiles decided to bring Faye along for now. She almost collapsed from exhaustion, so you take her in and show her somewhere she can rest. Faye joined the group. She's tired but excited. Welcome her aboard. Alexa, stop! Jesus. Always gets set off randomly. Let me get some water, dude. My throat. Ugh. Okay. The Black Wagon arrives in a somewhat peaceful stretch of Jomer Valley. Your companions wish to hole up here for the night to give Faye and all of you a little time to rest. Consider your options. Well, first we'll go talk to people. What's up, Faye? Faye seems to be recovering well since you found her. She seems fascinated by everything and everyone in the wagon. Oh, hi, mister. You're the one who knew my name. You guessed it right, you did. Thank you for your hospitality. I've just been eating with the imps and talking to the wagon. This wagon, he and I are the same age, almost to the very day. But I am older by 3 weeks, so I'm giving him a hard time. Little brother, I call him. He's a good wagon, isn't he? He'll take us very, very far. My little brother, sure, he pulls at my hair at times, and I don't like it very much, but he is family. I'm happy to be here with my family. I thought that I'd lost them all again. I thought that I'd lost them all. Oh, but we've stopped now, haven't we? Then I should go outside to dance, in case the scribes are watching. Bye, mister. Smiling back at you, she prances out the door. Let's go read about Faye. Oh, she can't join the rites yet, okay. I think that's all I can do here for now. Consider your options. Your fellow exiles are taking a moment to unwind. Jadario motions for you to join them. Best get used to your new life here, reader. We seldom get such moments of reprieve. Perhaps some further study of the book shall pass the time? You can join me for a little stroll if you're feeling up to it. Always something to be foraged around here. Or you could teach us more of what you know. Prepare us for the next rite. In any case, we do what we can to stay busy. Keeps the sense of isolation well at bay. At certain junctures, you may choose from several vocations. Vocations, ways in which you can make yourself useful during occasional moments of free time. Use what time you have. So I can forage for resources, search the surrounding area for valuables to add to your Black Wagon stash of goods, hone your skills as a reader to grant small global bonuses to your fellow exiles during the rites, teach your fellow exiles of the old ways to raise their individual rank in the rites more quickly. Alright, Austin. Well, I don't need money right now, I don't think. So I can either mentor somebody or study. So I can do a small global bonus or one big bonus to somebody. I think I'll do one big bonus. Because I'm going to stick with the original 3. Having gleaned knowledge from the Book of Rites, you can impart some of its teachings. As each exile's path towards enlightenment is personal, you'll have to mentor them one at a time. Well, we'll start with Hedwyn. He's the one who saved me. Help Hedwyn gain enlightenment. At certain thresholds, his rank in the rites will increase. Sure thing, friend. I appreciate the offer. Where to begin? You illustrate to Hedwyn some of the intricacies of the rites, focusing on how all 3 in a triumvirate can move and act as of one mind. You sense he grasps some of the concepts. I think I'm beginning to understand something of all this, my friend. Nice. Choose a mastery for Hedwyn. Marks of the Master General. Rites masteries enhancing a nomad's skill and versatility. Golgolathanian never ordered an assault on which he did not participate firsthand. Or, Bonds of the Saurian Legion. Rites masteries enhancing a nomad's influence over his triumvirate. Though many were conscripted into the Master General's Legion, many more simply volunteered. Hedwyn and his allies regenerate stamina twice as quickly as usual. That's pretty nice. Or Hedwyn gains 50% more stamina, letting him jump and sprint more often. No, we don't need a... When others lay exhausted after battle, the Master General always remained sure of footing. The warriors of the Saurian Legion fought tirelessly against countless enemies. I think giving the whole party a buff is better than just having one superstar. Although having a superstar is nice too. These both seem really good. We'll go stamina regeneration. That sounds pretty good. Thank you for the lesson, my friend. It's given me a lot to think about. Alright. Continue. The path to freedom beckons you to press on. The path leading further west splits off, and once again your fellow exiles turn the choice of where to go over to you. Faye seems enthusiastic for whichever route you choose. Fall Flat or Glue Hive? Fall Flat. The south route across the Jomer Valley is riddled with barren rock and bone. Faye believes those who travel this path shall be as swift as Jomer of the 8 Scribes. Glue Hive. The north route across the Jomer Valley passes the remains of the Hive Titan. Faye believes those who travel this path shall be as strong as Gaul of the 8 Scribes. So, strong or swift? I think swift is more important to me. So we'll go to Fall Flat. Faye is behaving stranger than usual as you traverse the stark badlands of Fall Flat. The south route across the Jomer Valley is riddled with barren rock and bone. Even the wild curs of the valley avoid the oppressive heat of this place. This was the path that Jomer Manymane ran across so many times. Can you not feel his presence, him and all his friends here in the sand and in the air and all about? Sixth of the 8 scribes of the Book of Rites, known as the Brave, or the Alpha Chief. An Alpha Chief that united the Curs under a single banner and charted half the known world. At first you pay little heed. The later you observe your fellow exiles seem to have more of a lightness in their step. Perhaps it was the previous day's rest that did everyone good. Your companions gained +1 quickness for the next rite. Sweet. So I think it was quickness versus aura size. En route to the springs of Jurmer, you hear all about the roving slug market, which appears to be nearby. Rookie insists you take a look after you settle in. Page revealed the last emperor. Slug market, where you can trade your forged goods for things of greater value. Odd creature. Hey guys, how's it going, Mr. Greentail? Been a while and all that. Hey Ron, how's it going? Oh, it's going. Ron. He's a traveling sales creature and proprietor of the Downside Slug Market. Say, how come you've set up shop all the way out here? Isn't this a little out of the way? Oh, well, let's just say you ain't my only customers. You see, Dad and I. Hey, cutie. We know this business pretty good. We've been around the block, and so... As Ron keeps blathering, Rookie signals to you in a furtive way. Here's the deal, chum. Got an informant says there's something here connected to his rights business. See if you can spot it. Should be able to pawn some of our stuff to make the trade. And don't even worry about Falcon Ron. So anyways, you guys got something for me or what? That plain parcel you got there, I could take it off your paws if you want. Hey, you know, I'll take it, Mr. Greentail, though you drive a pretty hard bargain. Now, you gonna take something off my hands here, or what? The Moon Crest. Rank 10 Talisman. Effect. After being banished by an adversary, the bearer has a chance to return immediately. That's nice. Lunar Glass. While carrying the orb, the bearer moves faster than usual, plus 10% speed. A trinket resembling the intricate sigil of the night wings, it shines with a faint light. A light and reflected bit of something fallen from the stars. It seems lighter still at night. Kerfang. Rank 5. When plunging into the adversary's pyre, the bearer deals bonus damage, plus 2 damage. An old tooth from a cur who no longer needs it. Though its owner is gone, her fiery spirit lives. Ash and Coal. Effect. At the start of a rite, the bearer's pyre automatically gains plus 7 health. A brittle clump of ash from a ritual pyre, still faintly warm to the touch somehow. Yeah, we're getting the Moon Crest, I guess. That's a one-of-a-kind thinger you just got there, you know? And you got yourself a real good deal from me as well, so thanks. Now I can equip it. Apparently any one of us bozos can get a little edge out of that thing during the rites. I mean, just a question of who gets to try it out. Each of your fellow exiles may have a talisman equipped. Decide who shall wield it. I want it to be Rookie, because he's going to be my scorer most of the time. And he's going to get banished a lot. Anyways, Dad over here, his feet, you know? We've been having some trouble with his feet. Getting real something or other from all the hoofing around, and so you see... Rookie indicates to you now that would be a good time to depart. See you, Mr. Greentail, and your friend there too. I like him. Seems real nice, you know? Okay guys, we're gonna take a quick break because I want to eat. I think it auto-saved, yeah. So give me about, I don't know, half an hour or so, and we'll be back with some more. I'm gonna go eat. Back in a bit.